Okay, in this video, Aaron Rai's golf swing. Aaron's from England, good up-and-coming player who got the win at the Scottish Open last year, so he's really a player on the rise, one to watch. So let's take a look here. If it's your first time to the channel, please hit the subscribe button, or in fact, if you have not subscribed already, please do so. And if you like the video, hit the like button as well. That really helps the channel grow. So let's take a look at Aaron's swing here. Good ball striker, super hard worker. One of a few players out there in history that's ever had two gloves on as a normal part of their game. Very interesting. But super wide stance with this fairway wood. Obviously the camera angle is slightly off, but we can see a lot of cool things with his swing from this view. Huge turn with that upper body. Really winding it. And one thing that can cause issues is anytime a player moves sort of forward with that head and sort of twists and dips forward as they load the legs, can be trouble. I mean, what the player has to do, if you move excessively forward, if he happens to move this way too much on a certain week, he's going to have to then move back this way again to recover that move, which in fact he does here. But on some weeks, like certainly this one, where he's playing great on the PGA Tour, that move there is balanced out by the right amount of move back or movement backwards, and he can control it nicely. Another fascinating move we see with Aaron Rai's golf swing is that hip reversal move through impact as he gets into here. Much like McIlroy, Davis Love used to do the same thing. And you can actually see the hips go backwards. So he gets them really coming this way, then they actually reverse for a second and then come back the other direction, which creates a lot of sling and whip through the hitting area. Unusual, but really cool to watch. From this down the line view, we can get a good idea of the swing plane here. A couple other interesting things to watch for his swing, how he sticks the finish and just holds it there for a while. Very interesting player. Got some interesting mannerisms and unique qualities. I always like to see things different from some players now and then. Makes it fun to watch and follow. As he gets this thing wound up, really gets the hands what we call deep. Big turn with a one-piece takeaway. Gets those hands deeper on the plane coming up into here than some players, which creates a low arm swing, good solid club face position with that super flat left wrist or square position, face slightly closed. Like we said, he's tipping over slightly towards the target, which will have to be recovered if he overdoes that. But at this point, we can see that left arm just plastered across the chest. Legs are really engaged here, getting pressure downward. There's that posed finish with really good balance. I'm fascinated to watch and see what happens today in that final round. Great look at a wedge shot here, and typically low arm swingers tend to be great wedge players. Keeps that face square and allows you to get that thing working through impact with very little face rotation. So up there at the top, like I said, great strong position there. The modern look with that face slightly closed and a little bowed wrist. Left arm low. Staying really down through this one, which is really required. If you get up out of those wedges, you're going to really have trouble controlling the club face. He's down on this one. Perfect footwork on the way through. And look at that club ripping to the left. Handle left. Face held off beautifully there. Chasing with the right shoulder. Just a great wedge look. You can just see, I love the finish there. Hands holding that face open, upper body rotating. No power coming from the lower body for this shot. Love that wedge action. Lastly, looking at a face-on view here to see why he might not have as much power as some other players. Certainly looks like he's going to hit it pretty far, but his average is somewhere in the 290, 295 range. But he has that little bit of a movement forward with the driver move. Super narrow stance here, certainly with this practice session. But as he comes down, he does lose a bit of angle there, which tends to happen also for players that move forward. If you're a player looking to increase your lag, much harder to increase lag if you move forward too early, coming down. You can see there, he's definitely a little ahead of that ball at this point. That tends to create a casting motion in the wrists halfway down. So loss of lag there. Obviously on the plane, right? And obviously hands forward at impact for, of course, is a great player. And face control. But much more than what you would see out of a wedge shot, you know, really get a wedge low angle of attack or shallow angle of attack and head forward compared to just a normal iron shot. Last look here, fairway wood, just laying it up down there in the middle of the fairway. Great setup. Also interesting too, a little Anthony Kim-ish. You guys remember who Anthony Kim is? A little grip down there on a lot of the clubs when he's hitting. Doesn't always grip up at the end. Just interesting. And there, once again, there's that big one-piece takeaway, hands a little deep, low left arm. Beautiful transition move, sitting right in the legs. Love the angles. Fantastic, keeping those angles. The more he keeps it, the better he'll hit it, of course. And here's that little reversal, so you can see the actual scorecard going backward there. And then up into finish. Okay, well, that's going to wrap it up for this video of Aaron Rai. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.